Alright everybody, how are we? What is going on? And welcome back to another Rugby Player Reacts to the NFL Draft video. It's the 2020 NFL Draft. We're at round number 3. We've done round 1 and round 2. Old Roger, he's on the clock. Well, in fact, the Cincinnati Bengals are on the clock. And with that being said, I've got one thing to do. Just a sec. Boom! That's just a little something I prepared earlier. Let's go.
I swear I like your style. Put you in Chanel cause it's just perfect for your smile. Girl, I swear for you I'd run the world, I'd run the miles. The way you look at me, I think I'm going insane.
With the 65th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select Logan Wilson, linebacker, Wyoming.
Linebacker.
And there is Logan Wilson and family having to wait no longer than the first round.
Yeah,
the first pick,
Logster.
rather, of the third round. You hear his name come off the board. And this is a kid from Casper, Wyoming. He said wearing the yellow and brown, the gold and brown.
46 pounds during college game.
66th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft. The Washington Redskins select Antonio Gibson, running back, Memphis.
I don't remember this guy.
All right, so this is another one of a run
Decent
on
size.
Memphis running back with the 67th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft.
Oh, well, I guess we're in the third round now.
The Detroit Lions select Julian Okwara, linebacker, Notre Dame. So this means there's going to be a family reunion for the Okwaras because his older brother Romeo, who went undrafted in 2016, played for the Giants as a rookie, but has spent the last 2 seasons 68th pick
At the Lions, wow.
NFL Draft. The New York Jets select ASHTYN Davis, defensive back, California. Okay, this is a fascinating pick because
Cheers, Rog.
ASHTYN Davis has been referred to by Peter King, among other people, as the mystery man in this draft. With the 69th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks.
Hang on, I like the look of that guy. Nation's top former walk-on. 2018 second team All-American with 110 meter hurdles. Okay, so you've got some elite speed.
Fascinating pick because ASHTYN Davis has been referred to by Peter King, among other people, as the mystery man in this draft. With the 69th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select...
Shit!
With the 69th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Damian Lewis, guard, LSU. All right, you're going to see a run on offensive linemen here coming off the board here for LSU because they've got a bunch of them that are draft eligible. So what do we think of Damian Lewis here, DJ?
He's a power guard. I mean, he gets some real movement at the point of attack, a very physical player.
With the 70th pick
You want to run behind someone who's 145 kilograms.
in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Brandon Jones, defensive back, Texas. Brandon Jones is an interesting kid, a 3-year starter for the Longhorns, but he couldn't work out at the combine because of a torn labrum. So he decided he was going to show teams how smart he was. He asked for every snap of every play defensively of every team with the 71st pick in the...
Oh, I gotta read that, man. I gotta read that. Brandon Jones. Brandon Jones football. I hope we get some information here. 5'11", 200 pounds. Jones submitted a request for feedback from the NFL Draft Advisory Committee last year, and he said he was happy with the result. He decided to return to Austin for his senior year, though, because of the team's potential as a championship contender. He picked up second team All Big 12 as a 12-game starter. A shoulder injury limited him to minimal play in the team's bowl game. Let's try and get that story. Brandon Jones. Here we go. Dolphins draft Texas defensive back Brandon Jones. I wanted to get an edge and separate myself mentally from the other guys and embrace this time that I have. Brandon Jones made a unique request to all 32 NFL teams in the lead up to this year's draft. Recovering from a shoulder injury, Jones inquired about each club's defensive 2019 film. He watched 4 games of every team. 128 in total, and put together a binder bigger than the South Florida phone book. I'm always looking for growth, whether it's physical or mentally. I took it upon myself to ask my agent to get me as much film as he can, and I put together a binder and just got to know the defense. It really helped me a lot to dive down deep and really dissect the defense. I'm very familiar and understood a lot that was going on. I realized as I got older in college how important film watching was, and I think the mental side of the game is something that's going to carry you a lot further than the physical side. That preparation and thirst for advantage he can gain makes for a flexible, versatile player that can contribute in multiple positions and packages, and on special teams. NFL.com's Lance Zierlein loves the effort Jones plays with, calling him a thumper at heart, and with the toughness to play through pain. I don't know if that's good or bad. The speed and range to play over the top, ball tracking, motor to pursue ball carriers from across the field, and ability to step in as a kick and punt returner round out the report on the new Dolphins safety. Now I could have done a report like that on all of these picks, and I'm pretty gutted I didn't do more, but I would have been here all day, and we really don't have time for that. So let's get back into it.
2020 NFL Draft. The Baltimore Ravens select Justin Madubuike.
That's right.
Madubuike. Defensive tackle, Texas A&M.
Oh, Mel, finally someone listened to you about Justin Madubuike out of Texas A&M. The 6'3", 300-pound native of McKinney, Texas.
Isn't it amazing how one little line from a guy called Roger Goodell can get these guys to break down like this? It's a line that I've been looking forward to for years, working towards for years and years, and this is the result. This is the emotion that's just uncontrollable, it seems.
Eligibility. Mel, you've been preaching on him for a while now.
With the 72nd pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Josh Jones, tackle, Houston.
Somewhat surprising that Josh Jones is still on the board here into the third round, and finally the emotion hitting Josh Jones. 45 career starts. He's a Houston kid, born and bred, and now he goes to the desert.
45 starts.
With the 73rd pick in the 2020 NFL Draft.
Let's go Jacksonville.
The Jacksonville Jaguars select DAVION Hamilton, nose tackle, Ohio State.
Nose tackle.
All right, so DAVION Hamilton is off the board. Mel, listen, he only played 1 year as a starter, but the year he played as a starter was a very effective season.
The Cleveland Browns have traded the 74th pick to the New Orleans Saints. With the 74th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Zach Bond, linebacker, Wisconsin.
A lot of people thought potentially Zach Bond might be a first-round pick, but here he is sitting in the first half of the third round instead.
Never played one defensive snap until college. Now he's getting picked up as a linebacker.
He was a stud for Wisconsin. 32 combined sacks and tackles for losses last year.
The Indianapolis Colts have traded the 75th pick to the Detroit Lions. With the 75th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Jonah Jackson, guard, Ohio State.
I will get sick of doing this eventually. But not yet.
All right, so Jonah Jackson is off the board, the guard from Ohio State University.
The 76th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Keyshawn Vaughn, running back, Vanderbilt.
All right, so Keyshawn Vaughn is from Nashville, stayed there for his collegiate career. Again, he attended high school somewhat less than 2 miles away.
Yeah, Vaughn.
With the 77th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Michael Ojemudia, defensive back, Iowa.
All right, Ojemudia is passionate about football.
Roger just wants to go home at this point, doesn't he?
Because his dad is a longtime engineer at Ford Motor Company.
Now with the 78th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Matt Hennessy, center, Temple.
Temple.
All right, Matt Hennessy is an interesting guy that Matt Rule saw during his time at Temple, and he was
Interesting.
working out.
I've never, ever in my life heard of Temple. What state is it in? Temple Center, USA. Mountain Spirit. No, that's not it. You're not going to school at a Zen Center, are you? Oh my god, maybe you are. Do you go to school at a temple? Is this a temple, bro? Oh my god, did I say temple? Oh, it is Temple Center. What the fuck? Temple Center School Football. Temple Coach. Where is the Temple football team from? Philadelphia. The Temple Owls represents Temple University in the sport of college football.
Saw during his time at Temple, and he was working out at tackle.
With the 79th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Jabari Zuniga, defensive end, Florida.
Booger, this is an interesting pick because he came back for his senior year to boost his stock.
Gators.
And it didn't go as planned. He suffered that high ankle
I like
sprain
the Gators
and played,
uniform.
just in 6 games.
With the 80th pick,
Not so sure about the players.
2020 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders.
Well, the Raiders got 2 in a row.
LYNN Bowden, running back, Kentucky.
Ooh, I like that.
Well,
No
this
Jonathan
is really
Taylor, but
curious because you could call
still.
him a running back, you could call him a wide receiver, or you could call him what they had him play last year, which was quarterback.
The 81st pick in the 2020 NFL Draft.
He played quarterback last year? Attended same high school as NFL wide receiver Randall Cobb. Both played quarterback at Warren Harding High School. Okay.
Because you could call him a running back, you could call him a wide receiver, or you could call him what they had him play last year, which was quarterback.
The 81st pick in the 2020 NFL Draft. The Las Vegas Raiders select Brian Edwards, wide receiver, South Carolina.
One running back or quarterback,
Back-to-back
and one
picks now for the Raiders,
one
and there you
wide
see the
receiver.
numbers for Brian Edwards. Very, very productive for the South Carolina Gamecocks.
With the 82nd pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Neville Gallimore, defensive tackle, Oklahoma.
Okay, Neville Gallimore is a well-traveled prospect. He's a native of Ottawa, Ontario, but he also has Jamaican roots from his parents.
With the 83rd pick,
Hang on.
He also has
Notable Canadian-born players. This will be interesting. No. Oh, no Luke Wilson. No. N'Keal Harry. No.
roots from his parents.
with the 83rd pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Lloyd Cushenberry, center, LSU.
Lloyd Cushenberry makes 9 LSU Tigers drafted so far, and we're not even through the 3rd round. By the way, he was the first
Big
offensive
boy.
lineman to be awarded the number 18 jersey.
84th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams select Terrell Lewis, linebacker, Alabama.
Okay, Terrell Lewis is a very interesting case study here because here is a guy who, when he's on the field, has been very, very productive for Alabama.
The 85th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Julian Blackman, defensive back, Utah.
All right, Julian Blackman out of Utah. Daniel Jeremiah started
Looks like
2
Tua.
seasons at cornerback
Kind of.
before moving to free safety as a senior this year. And
Buffalo Bills select Zach Moss, running back, Utah.
well,
I don't even know if I've heard the Buffalo Bills pick until now. I'm going to have to confirm that. Okay, they had 1 pick in the 2nd round.
talked about Jonathan Taylor.
Zach Moss, running back.
Zach Moss, running back, Utah.
Well, we just talked about Jonathan Taylor being an uber-productive running back. You could make the same for Zach Moss and the
Switched
things
his
he was
commitment
able
to
do
Utah.
in his career.
After a coaching
The
change.
87th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Anthony Jennings, linebacker, Alabama.
Why are they saying boo?
For Bill Belichick to use in a lot of different situations here, Mel.
With the 88th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Jordan Elliott, defensive tackle, Missouri.
All right, DJ, this is interesting. Jordan Elliott started at Texas, transferred to Missouri.
With the 89th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Cameron Dantzler, defensive back, Mississippi State.
All right, Cameron Dantzler is interesting because he's a little bit undersized at 188 pounds.
With the 90th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft,
188 pounds at 6'3". That's
Houston
he'd be lean.
select Jonathan Bernard, linebacker, Florida.
All right, Jonathan Bernard began his career at Louisville. He was a team captain there. He transferred to Florida.
The Las Vegas Raiders have traded the
Look at Roger. He's nearly fucking asleep by this point. I knew he'd have to get more comfortable at some point, seriously.
first pick. The Las Vegas Raiders have traded the 91st pick to the New England Patriots. With the 91st pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots have selected Devin Asiasi, tight end, UCLA.
Roger, take a load off. Relax. We've got this. Asiasi played 2 seasons at UCLA after transferring from Michigan. He was rated as the number 3 tight end.
With the 92nd pick in the 2020
Oh,
NFL
fuck. I gotta do it.
select Devin Duvernay, wide receiver.
Devin
Texas.
Duvernay.
All right, someone Mel had alluded to, Devin Duvernay. By the way, he and his brother both are they're twins, Devin and Donovan. They both originally committed.
The 93rd pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Darrington Evans, running back, Appalachian State.
All right, New Smyrna Beach High School, stand up. Darrington Evans is there. By the way, after a very impressive show.
Darrington Evans, let me see some stats. 183, so just over 6 foot, 91 kilos, just over 200 pounds.
He got with the combine. He got a call from Niners running back Raheem Mostert.
With the 94th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers select Josiah DeGuara, tight end, Cincinnati.
All right, Josiah DeGuara, again, there are only 2 tight ends in the
Wow.
history of Cincinnati.
See, that's the thing, man. This guy, look at this guy. First in history at that school for receptions. Second in history for that school for receiving yards. Every player that makes it to the NFL Combine literally has killed it in college or at their school. They are like a school legend, and yet they're coming in right at the bottom of a whole nother league of players. To see whether this high school and college, star really has what it takes to make it in the big leagues. That is the question. That's what makes this, combine, draft, rookie season, everything around it is just so exciting for each and every one of these players.
2020 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select McTelvin Agim, defensive tackle.
McTelvin.
Arkansas.
I'll never forget that name.
Got that one, McTelvin.
I remember that from
All right,
the
McTelvin
Combine.
Agim is a very, very interesting prospect.
With the 96th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Kansas City
Hang on,
Chiefs.
Roger, we didn't catch you in the middle of something, did we?
All right, McTelvin Agim is a very, very interesting prospect.
With the 96th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Lucas Niang, tackle, TCU.
I think if this draft goes another hour and a half, Raj is going to be in his pajamas at this point. But we have an offensive tackle.
Someone had to say
What's
it, mate.
going off
Someone
the
had to
board?
say it.
Lucas Niang, what do we
Oh my
think?
God, look at the size of that guy.
With the 97th pick in the 2020
Hang on.
NFL Draft,
The 97th pick. How many picks are in each round? I thought there was 32 teams per round. There's 32 teams in the league, right? 32 teams per round. 32, 64, 96. hang on. So 255 divided by 7 is more than 32. So how does this work? Let me see here. I'm going to try not to read anything I haven't seen yet. Round 1, we've got 32 picks. Round 2, we've got 32 picks. Round 3, we've got 42 picks. And in round number 4, we've got 40 picks. What the fuck? Why are these numbers changing? I don't get that. So we're still in the 3rd round.
With the 97th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Jacob Phillips, linebacker, LSU.
Well, that makes 10. That makes 10 for LSU, and that ties
Did you
the
just see his
record
biceps?
for the most draft picks through one school.
With the 98th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Malik Harrison, linebacker, Ohio State.
Daniel Jeremiah, this is a very interesting prospect in Malik Harrison. He was a high school
Ohio
quarterback,
State.
and basically they got him to Ohio State.
Shirts
We're
over
not
there,
sure
can't
where
do
we're
it.
going to play you.
With the 99th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Matt Hare, tackle, University of Connecticut.
All right, Matt Hare, University
Hare.
of Connecticut is off the board.
Pick
100th
with the
pick.
100th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Tanner Moose, linebacker, Clemson.
So Tanner Muse, linebacker,
This guy killed it in the 40-yard dash.
is off the board.
New York Jets
He got under a 4.4.
have traded the 101st pick to the New England Patriots. With the 101st pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Dalton Keene, tight end, Virginia Tech.
Oh, so that's the second tight end, Daniel Jeremiah. Oh, the flow.
With the 102nd pick in the 2020
Well, they don't
NFL
have
Draft,
Gronkowski
Pittsburgh
anymore, do they?
Steelers select Alex Highsmith, linebacker, Charlotte.
All right, and there is the phone call. The long wait is over just before midnight for Alex Highsmith.
The 103rd pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select DAVION Taylor, linebacker, Colorado.
Okay, Davion Taylor is fascinating. From Magnolia, Mississippi, he played exactly 1 1/2 games.
With the
You're up, Rog.
104th pick in the 2020
Come on.
NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams select Terrell Burgess, defensive back, Utah.
Daniel Jeremiah, there are a lot of good defensive backs in Utah because we've seen a ton coming off the board today.
Teams have traded the 105th pick to the New Orleans Saints.
I can feel the fatigue coming through the screen, mate.
With the 105th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Adam Troutman, tight end, Dayton.
All right, Adam Troutman, Dayton Flyers.
And once again, here we have another absolute school legend that's going to be really, really tested in the big leagues. But that's what makes this exciting.
History for the Dayton Flyers.
Okay, the last pick is in of the 3rd round. Here we go. With the 106th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Tyree Phillips, guard, Mississippi State.
All right, so it's the guard out of Mississippi State, Tyree Phillips, 6'5", 331 pounds.
They just say 6'5", 331 and just cut it off like it's nothing. That's fucking insane. Alright guys, one thing I did want to check is how many Baltimore Ravens players got drafted in the first 3 rounds, because it almost seems as if it was 10? Right, I'm going to say 8. I'm going to say 8 Ravens players drafted in the first 3 rounds. Let's have a look. Baltimore. 1, 2. Now, 3rd round. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the reason why it seemed like there was so many is because they had the 92nd pick, they had the 98th pick, they had the 106th pick. So 6 picks in the top 3 rounds. Alright guys, that's round number 3 done. Would you believe? In the next video we're looking at who was the biggest steal from night number 2 of the 2020 draft, and the video after that is called the biggest winners from night number 2 of the 2020 draft. So that's just a little bit of analysis, a little bit of feedback on what we've seen. Following that we move into day number 3, which is the 4th round, and we're going to see every single pick, and then following that we're going to watch a little bit more analysis, which is going to give us some feedback on the entire draft. Who won the 2020 NFL draft? That's one video. And the second video, best moments from the 2020 NFL draft. Oh, sorry, there's 3 videos. The third one, the final one of the day, will be rookies getting their draft phone call from their new team. And I can't wait to see that. So in round number 4, now what are we going to see that's unique? I feel like we're going to see our first kicker. I feel like we're probably going to see another quarterback. I feel like most of the top running backs, wide receivers, cornerbacks, safeties, linebackers, linemen, all of them are going to be taken. I feel like we might see a long snapper. We might see a center or 2, among other players. Anyways guys, I can't wait for it. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.